Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. Now, I've already done you what's cracking in your bonus read for this morning, but to be honest with you, both readings came out exactly the same thing, and I was thinking, I can remember many times going to like a tarot card reader wanting to know about love and only get messages about career or my family or whatever. And so, and vice versa. So sometimes when you're trying to get a reading and you're particularly focused on one idea, the universe will give you what the general energy is around you at the time. So it can be a little disappointing. What happens is people go away and say that tarot card reader was no good because they couldn't pick up on this energy. But sometimes it doesn't matter what we do, we can't pick up on the energy you want because the universe keeps that hidden for some reason. Now, I've done the two readings today and both of them have come up around about the same thing, and there was quite a repetition of cards. So what I thought I'd do was do another read for you and to pick out a completely different deck. So we're going to use the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, and we're going to do another read and we'll see how we go with this one. So both readings were love readings. So I'll put this up as it's not a love reading if I get it to tell me something else. Now, I've got a feeling that the energy's around at the moment because of the end of Venus retrograde, that there are a lot of couples coming back together or coming together during this time because it's what the universe is trying to do. And that's the card that's come out, and that just flipped. And that card has come out in both the decks, both the readings. And it's the Knight of Cups and it's an offer of love. So I've gone to a completely different deck and still got the same card flip out. So let's see how we go. Bonus reading for Monday the 19th. So we've got the card of Judgment here. And Judgment talks about rebirth, second chances, doing things again, rebirthing the phoenix. It talks about letting things die off and starting anew. So it's like, you know, getting rid of the old part of you and finding the new part as well. So maybe you've been doing some work on yourself and you've been able to let old fears, worries, cycles, things like that, letting them go in order to come back as another person or a new person, not another person, to come back renewed. So it's coming back with a greater sense of self, but definitely about having a second chance at something. Okay, so the first card out we get is the Lovers, which has been in the last two readings. So there you go, brand new deck, another love reading. But anyway, good for you to see how Spirit confirms things. So this is the card of choice. It's the card of either having an option of, you know, wanting to be with someone or choosing between two people, whatever your situation is. Okay, the next card out we have is the Ten of Swords. So it could have been that you have had some sort of betrayal with someone in the past, or you've finished a cycle here. Sometimes the Ten of Swords, the swords are about thoughts and ideas, and sometimes the Ten of Swords is about us being able to finish out or close out a cycle where we've been either overthinking or negative thinking. So definitely moving towards a new cycle there. Okay, the next card out is the Seven of Swords. So when we look at the Ten of Swords, sometimes the Seven of Swords talks about us collecting those things that we need to take forward with us and leaving the things behind that we no longer need. Sometimes it's about us being unable to speak our truth and just withholding these swords. So what happens is this comes across as deceitful energy, but actually it's not really. It's just that you're not speaking your truth. Now, of course, sometimes this card comes out as somebody else being deceitful, but maybe they're not telling you the truth too. Again, I think that card came out in the What's Cracking reading. Okay, and then we have the Six of Swords. So I've got to say to you, a lot of thinking energy here. A lot of thinking. The Six of Swords talks about us moving away from something that wasn't serving us. Now, this makes a whole lot of sense with the Judgment card up front, because it's like we may have taken time out from life to work on some of our own issues, especially when we're talking these, you know, ideas and thoughts here. We've sort of taken some away in our boat with us, so we're unable to let go of some of them. Because we're still thinking about what happened, but we're definitely moving away from it. I'll move my table again because the cards are too big. I'm all set up for the other deck and got all comfortable with the other deck, and this one's just a little bigger. Okay, so then we have out the Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands talks about somebody coming in very passionately to offer you something. At the moment, even though we have the Lovers card up front, there's not much here that's talking about love. So this could be an offer of a job. It could be an offer of something you love to do. It could be an offer of love, but it's more about the passion. It's more about the passion behind that. The Knight of Wands can be seen as the guy who, or the person who is finds it very difficult to commit to something. They're sort of on their way towards the Lovers card here. So it could be about love. Okay, and then we have the Three of Wands. Now, it looks like you're walking away from someone for sure here, because you're looking and waiting for your ships to come in. So some of you may have moved away from something in regard to these lovers. Maybe you've chosen to move on from someone. You don't trust this person here with this Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords energy. Six of Swords says you're moving away. So for some of you, you've moved away from some sort of energy or some sort of love here. I'll do a recap after we get in. So there's a brand new start, and it's an Ace of Wands start. So this is like a start of a new passion, like moving away on your own, being able to start again. The Six of Swords definitely looks like you're moving away from something here, something that wasn't trustworthy, something that you didn't trust. It could have been a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries that you're moving away from, but you're definitely now looking out towards the future, trying to work out where you want to go. You're also looking at this energy, trying to get what you're supposed to understand from this lesson too, because I see this Three of Wands really looking intently at the Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords, which means that you're probably, trying to understand what part you had to play in this or why this has happened. But definitely looking towards a brand new start here. You're after the stability and security of a relationship. This is the thing. And the Knight of Wands talks about, perhaps that hot energy, that passionate in and out energy, and the lovers here. So it could be that you're walking away from something and choosing to be single here. You wanted the stability here and the Ten of Cups, but I feel like you're looking at having that stability on your own. Okay, and then we have the Hanged Man. Yep, definitely taking time out to review some sort of situation here. Well, as I said, we'll recap when we get down the end here. And I have the Eight of Swords. So you are a bit hurt, you are a bit broken by this. You're a little tied in your own thoughts and feelings at the moment, but that doesn't mean you haven't done what you needed to do here. Okay, let's recap this reading. Okay, so we have the Rebirth card at the beginning, the Judgment card. So you have to keep that in mind with this reading, because that's what the universe is trying to tell you. There's a rebirth here. There's a thinking of things from a very new perspective. Now, for some of you, you could have walked away from a relationship that was very deceitful. And when I say deceitful, sometimes you might have walked away from someone who wasn't truthful with you. But it could be that they just weren't opening up their feelings. You're definitely walking away. You're trying to understand your thoughts and feelings here and trying to look out towards the future. I think this person probably offered you something but wasn't committed or wasn't wanting to commit to you. And rather than just sort of stay in a situation where it might have been just a sex-only relationship, you want this commitment, so you've walked away from it. The thing is, you're doing a lot of introversion now because you're looking back to see what it was about this relationship, why it didn't go to commitment, what was the reason it didn't get to a commitment stage. And what I need to say to you is, this wasn't about you, this was the other person unable to commit. Because I know and I see this is what you wanted here. There's a Ten of Cups here, which says to me you wanted a commitment. But now you're going to start out on your own. You're going to work on your thoughts and feelings. I can see that here because you're looking back, you're waiting for your new ship to come in, and or waiting for this person to decide they want a commitment. But you're starting out by yourself here. You're Ace of Wandsing it. So you're going out and starting afresh with this Ten of Cups and sort of creating your own stability, creating your own world. There is still hurt and pain here, and there is still a need to meditate, take time out, look at things from a very different perspective. But this is what you've chosen to do here. So you've chosen to go it alone so you can do your healing. It's a really nice reading. So let's have a look at the Oracle card. And by the way, that could still be a continuation of the 2-day readings by any means, but it could be a lot of energies coming through that are from people who are not interested or made the choice here in this Lovers card not to move forward with the relationship. Whoop. Okay, so we have the card of the World here. And the World talks about being open to new possibilities, like the World's in your hand here. And it's really good because sometimes when you see like the cards, they show you like this 3 of Wands here that you are looking out now to see what's in front of you. You've opened this energy up for yourself now. So I really like that. Thanks, everyone.